Hello our most valued student, my name is Confident, and guys, I just want to do this as quick as I can. Unfortunately, sorry guys, to be frank with you, I have to rush somewhere. I need to rush somewhere, and but I wanted to give this, and one of the reasons is some are writing tomorrow this paper, not this paper actually, they are exams. So they've been asking me, please, can you please just do something on functions? So I just wanted to do this as quick as I can, but this is still the June paper. And guys, by the way, I did this one, don't forget, I just did this question number 4. So if you're watching it, you know what I'm talking about. I did question number 4. 1 and 2 has been done. And which exam is this one? This is from the June current paper that I was just reading, senior certificate exams, national senior certificate exams. All right, so we've done question 1, 2, we've done 3, 4, but now let's quickly do 5. I hope I've just got almost 15 to 20 minutes to do this. The graphs of functions, f of x is that and g of x is that, are drawn. The graph intersects at a and b. Now write down the coordinates of the turning points of f. Now the coordinates of the turning points, guys, of f there, f, these are the coordinates there. This is the y coordinate, and this one, it gives you the x coordinate. So you say x plus 3 equal to 0. Take to the other side, what is x? X is equal to minus 3. So the coordinates are simple, minus 3 and 4. That's what you get. These are the turning points here. It's minus 3 and 4. Okay, it's going so well. Now 2 marks. Write down the range of f. Range means y values. The y values. So focus on the y values. But of f, this is the graph of f, the parabola. Now what is the range? Look at this graph. If I can cut from here like this, let me now bring it down. You see that we don't have anything up. There is nothing up on this graph. Everything starts from here going what? Going down. And you know this part is y is what? Is 4. So since it's going down, anything going down is less. So you just say y is less than 4. That is the range. Y is less than 4. The range. This graph starts from y, starts from 4 going downwards. That's it, guys. You don't have to say much there. Show that the coordinates of a and b are minus 5 and minus 2 respectively. A and b, the coordinates of a and b. Now, let me work this out. Now, okay, another thing. What happens in a and b? What is happening? Look at this. One thing you must know, when graphs meet at a point, this is my B because it's not clear now. When graphs are meeting at a point, you must know those graphs at that point of intersection. F is equal to G. The graph of F is equal to the graph of G. That's what symbol it means. So you take the graph of F, which is F of X, we're saying, and that point of intersection is equal to G of X. Those two graphs are equal. So it means negative bracket x plus 3 squared. By the way, guys, apologies, I apologized in the previous for the noise, to say where I am recording there is some disturbance, so apologies. So that is equal to, that's my f of x. Let's write g of x. G of x is x plus 5. It is x plus 5. Guys, you solve for x. Now how do you solve for x? I think the first thing I can do here, take 4 to the other side. So it will become what? Minus x plus 3 squared is equal to x plus 5. Now positive 4, it becomes minus 4. So what is 5 minus 4? I'm going to just erase here. 5 minus 4 is what? It's 1. So it is x plus 1. I just don't want to rewrite this thing. From here, look at this. Minus, now this is squared, means it's twice. It's x plus 3 and it's x plus 3. That's where they wanted to confuse you. Is equal to x plus 1. I see now. They wanted to confuse you with this negative. If I were you, I will do this. To show that there are two brackets, first I must open these inside. See? And then later focus on this bracket outside. This is a very important bracket with the negative. So let's open the inside. Remember, the negative is still outside, like this. So let's open the what? The inside. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. X times 3 is 3x plus, if you add that, you'll get 6x. 3 times 3 is 9. See, I'm just doing this fast today. I'm sorry. I know my underdogs. You know, I always say this channel, guys, is for the underdogs. It's not for someone who says I know everything. It's for someone who says take things slowly. But as my grade 12, I don't think this is a difficult thing in expanding. It's just opening the brackets, okay? So now look at this one. Now use that negative now. Let the negative enter in. The negative just interchanges the signs. Or it's more like you're multiplying by -1. Minus becomes now minus x squared. You see the importance of this. Minus 6x minus 9 is equal to x plus 1. That's where they wanted to confuse you, trust me. Then from there, it's minus x squared minus 6x, but take x to the other side is minus x. You see that? And then take 1 to the other side is minus 9 minus 1. So you can solve this. Minus x squared, now minus 6x minus x, which is minus 6 minus 1 is minus 7 here. You add and keep the sign, but you can use a calculator. Say minus 6 minus 1, and then minus 9 minus 1 is minus 10. This now is equal to 0. Are you with me? Because after that, it was equal to 0. Alright. Then from here, you gotta get rid of this negative. So you multiply or divide by negative, or you can say therefore, change everything negative, make it positive. So it's x squared plus 7x plus 10 equal to 0. Or it's more like x is going this direction, negative 7 is going that direction, negative 10. You see, they will just change from negative to positive. That's all. From here, I always say, someone said, but say that's not fair. Why do we have to apply the quadratic equation here? Please, I know some of you struggle, but use the quadratic equation. If you're my underdog, use the quadratic equation here. I've done quite often, but because of time, I'm gonna just factorize this. But use the quadratic equation. If you're good, it's fine. This is what? X plus 5. This is x plus 2 equal to 0. So here, x is equal to what? Minus 5, or x is equal to minus 2. Then proved. Because they say prove, right? That's what they said. These are the things they say. Show that, or shown. 4 marks, not bad. Hence, determine the values of C for which the equation, this one and this one, has one negative and one positive root. Alright, let's pause there. Let me put a star there. Okay, what are they saying here? Put a star. Hence, determine, hence. When they say hence, you must understand the word hence. If they say hence or otherwise, if they say otherwise, means you can start from fresh and still get the answer. If they say hence, means whatever you are doing is linked to the previous question or the previous questions here. Whatever you have been doing so far will help you answer this one. It says hence determine the values. Hence determine the values of C for which the equation this is equal to what? Plus 5 has one negative and one positive root. So it's not only one value, it's the values. Alright, but let me try to make a practical demonstration of this. Alright, so now if I'm to demonstrate, if I were to enter these and say, remember it's f of x is equal to what was that part? It was f of x equal to, and then it was minus bracket, it was x, it was x actually in minus bracket x plus 3 squared. I must look for squared, that one, not that one. Let me delete that one. It was actually x squared like this, right? And then it was plus 4. So if I do this and enter, now this is the graph. That's what, guys, I wanted to show you. To say this graph looks like this. You see, this is what we mean if we're talking about this graph, right? The first one. Now remember, g of x is x plus 5. So if I put here and say g of x equal to x plus 5, then enter. So this is what I'm having. All right, so now if we go to the question, if we look at the question again, what they are saying here, they are saying, I wanted that question again, sorry about this. They're saying, hence determine what the values of C for which the equation this has one negative and one positive root. Now look at this graph. As you can see from the answers, remember on this graph it was x is equal to what? -5 and x is equal to -2. They are both negative, so they want you to find where both values are what? One is positive, one is negative. So if I can temper here, look at it. If I can temper, for example, I use this point where I want this 3 to go there. For example, let's say if I say I move it to the right, if I'm moving to the right is -3. You see that? That's where I'm moving it to the right. If I enter, see this graph has shifted to the right. Even here on the g of x, if I say -3, if I enter, now look at this. All of a sudden, it has got what? One value is what? -2. You see that? And what about the other value? Is 1. So do you see that one is positive, one is negative? So which means C can be what? C can be -3. Now let's try -4. Enter. See, that one is moved there, but remember C is consistent. If I say -4 here, -4, enter, you see what's happening? Positive and negative. Let's continue. Let's put -5, and let's put -5. You see that? So which means whatever is moving, C now can be just greater than what? Okay, let me do this. I started from -3. Let's say -2. -2. And look at this. If I say -2. Now if I move 2 steps, you see that if I move 2 steps, one is -3 and the other one is negative, but the other one is 0. Now x is equal to -3 and x is equal to 0. 0 doesn't have a sign. So in this case, you can see that it starts from when you move it actually to -3. So C can be -3 and C can be -3. Now you see that you get really a negative and a positive. So when you come to your answer now, you can say here x, if you look at it, it's C must be greater than what? Determine the values of C. C must be greater than what? -3. But it makes sense in the sense that you were supposed to focus on the turning point. That's why they said hence. So if you focus on the turning point here, and this particular turning point, x is equal to what? X is equal to -3. Then you move. So in a way, you are saying -3. But now, when you are moving this direction, you are saying -3. Remember, to the right. You don't say plus. You say -3. So C becomes -3. If you say -3, you are moving to the right how many steps? 1, 2, 3 steps. And then at that moment, that's where you start to have one value that is what? Positive, and one value that is negative. But not only that, all the other values, you can put -3, -4, -5, etc. So that's why you say C is greater than that. Now, next one, I hope I did it right, but you know, there are people out there who can correct me if I'm wrong. Now, next one, guys, I'm still an underdog also myself. Next one, the maximum distance between f and g in the interval x and b. So between x and b, where x is greater than a, x of a, and x is less than x of a, is k. If h of x is equal to g of x plus k, determine the equation of h of x in the form this. Let me hear what they're saying. The maximum distance between f and g in the interval. Now when they mention this word maximum distance, I don't usually think much. I know the word maximum means I must apply somehow calculus, right? And now they are talking about f and g, the maximum distance between f and g in the interval. That now this distance they're talking about, guys, is this one here. They are saying somehow, somewhere, there is a maximum distance between F and G. It can be that, okay, let me use this. It can be a line like this. See? It can be that line. It can be this line. It must be a vertical line. So we are trying to find out which one is it. So which means to find that, you have got the F and then you've got G. So it's more like you're saying F minus G. The top minus the bottom. But guess what? F minus G, we did it already. This graph, this one, when we took this one, Fx is equal to G of x. When you take it back, it was this what we did here. When I was taking it this direction, remember, one went this direction, this went this direction. So at one point I was having here, it was minus x squared minus 6x minus 9. This is F. Now I took this, which is minus x minus 1, and this was G. So this is F minus G. So in a way, it's simplified to this F minus G. So in a way, you take this further. That's where you apply calculus to say, if you are to find, let's call it, what can I call this? I don't know what to call it. Let's call it, it can't be h of x. Let's call it a, b, c, d, f, g, h. Let's call it m of x. Let m prime x is equal to, I want to apply calculus, which is 2x plus 7. And then at max, m of x is equal to 0. Remember, that's the calculus part I wanted to say. At maximum, that is equal to 0. So what you are simply saying, you are saying 2x plus 7 equal to 0. Take 7 to the other side. 2x is equal to minus 7. Divide by 2. Divide by 2. Now you have got your x now. This is the x. What is x? X is equal to minus 7 over 2. Are you with me? Now these are the x values. Don't forget the x. That's why they said here, this I think what I'm saying, the maximum distance between f and g in the interval, that interval x is between, remember xa is minus what? Let's come here. A was -5. This one was -2, this one. So they're saying find a value where x is between these two values. And I say it is -7 over 2, which is -3,5. It makes sense. -3,5 is between these values. This is the value of x, but what is the value of y when x is that? We have to find the value of y into what? We substitute now into this equation, this one. So we are saying now x squared plus 7x plus 10 is equal to -7 over 2 squared plus 7, -7 over 2 plus 10. Let's find that maximum y value. This was the x value. It corresponds to the maximum y value, 7 over 2. Then what do? I square it, plus 7, and then -7 over 2, and then plus 10, equal to -9 over 4, SD -2,25, -9 over 4, which is -2,25. So to me, that is the y value. That is my k now. That's my k. This is higher order, so for my underdog, if you manage to go through this far, it's good. It's good. That's my k. Then they say here, if h of x is g of x plus k. So now h of x is equal to, you come here to say h of x is equal to g of x plus k. We know now this is our k, and we know g of x is x plus 5 minus 9 over 4, or minus 2,25, which is equal to x. Then you separate that and see what it gets. 5 minus 2,25 equal to 11 over 4, or SD 2,75, which is plus 11 over 4. So that is the equation of what? Because the question was find h of x. if h, determine the equation of h in the form of that. I believe this was that, but well, guys, this one I put question marks, you know, question marks. It was a higher order kind of a question. Now, if anyone got it right, you can, by the way, this is my Instagram, confi.nkwazi. It's at confi.nkwazi. This is my Insta handle. I wanted to say at Gmail. I forget that this is actually not an email. It's my Instagram thing. Just send me an alternative solution, you guys, if you got it right, and yeah, we can interact from there. But this is what I'm thinking was the way. Guys, we've come to the end. As I said, I didn't want to spend much time on this one, but this was a good question also. Now, what is still outstanding? You still have this financial maths, some they call it finances. Now we have got this one. This one I want to do it for you because it's still on graphs. So next time, check out this equation. Check out this one. If it's not there, scream out, say, where is it? Where is question 8? Ask, say, where is question 8? If you guys keep quiet, I'll also keep quiet. But anyway, I hope you guys are benefiting. Remember to subscribe. Remember to share. Sharing is caring. And don't forget, reaching out is proof of passion. I'm rooting for you. Good luck in your final exam. Thank you.